So in this case, we want to identify the element and determine how many protons, neutrons, and electrons are in each isotope. So one of the first things we need to remember is how to use this information. So down here is the atomic number, and this is the sum of the protons and the neutrons, or the electrons and the neutrons. So we know that there are, so if we're looking for protons, neutrons, electrons, and then the element. So there are 33 protons or electrons. So there are 33 protons and 33 electrons because we have a neutral element. So the number of electrons and protons also corresponds directly to which element. So you can look on your periodic table, and we're looking for element 33. So element 33 is arsenic. So we already know the element. Now the neutrons. So the atomic mass, which in this for this isotope is 74, is the sum of the protons and the neutrons. So to determine the number of neutrons, it's 74 minus 33, which gives you 41. So there are 41 neutrons in the nucleus of this isotope of arsenic, okay? So for the second element, we're still looking for protons, neutrons, electrons, and the element. So we know that there are 63 protons and 63 electrons because this is the atomic number. So if we want to go ahead and solve for the neutrons, we know that it's 152 minus 63, which is 89. So there are 89 neutrons. So how do we know what the element is? If we know the electrons and the protons, or you could also call it the atomic number, we can look at our periodic table and look for element 63. Okay, so here's 56. Oh, it jumps all the way to 71, but we're still looking for element 63. This is in the lanthanide series, and so it's down here, and it's europium, or EU. While these get a little bit, not confusing, it feels overwhelming to answer a bunch of questions from this information. So the X in this case is because it's unknown, but this would usually be the atomic symbol. And so maybe you're not given the atomic number, but you can find it from the periodic table. So you could go look for it, and then you'll know the number of protons and electrons. The mass number is the number of neutrons plus protons. And so you can just subtract this number by that to give you the number of neutrons.